Hello, Hachi. Zuyaya's wonderful spouse. I'm glad you are in the chat right now. Just wait a little bit as I send out links to other people and see if they will be joining us tonight. I unfortunately cannot be enjoying a Mountain Dew Baja Blast because they no longer are selling them anymore, so I have an A&W root beer instead. I hope this doesn't send me to the bathroom later. It is a very tiny can. This will be this channel's first live stream. I know I've done some small videos before. I may have set them to private. There's almost nothing done with this YouTube channel. I don't even have a profile picture yet. I know, I wish I had Baja Blast instead of the root beer, but hey, the root beer is special edition Halloween themed, so it's at least cool to look at. Would not recommend the newest Mountain Dew Halloween editions like Mountain Voodoo, or is it Mountain Dew Voodoo? Not very good taste. Well, I hear Voltage is back. Voltage is going to be a good comeback, but I haven't seen it in places around where I live. I heard it's really hard to get a hold of Voltage in California, but I have no idea why. Yeah, it's been quite a lot since, quite a lot of time since I've last had a Voltage. I think I was in high school the last time I had Voltage. I don't know. I still prefer a good old, just plain Mountain Dew at the end of the day. But Baja Blast certainly has a good place in my heart. Aha, I see #1 fan Kate. We're just kind of chilling around here. Oh, I see that. Let's see. I get this little notification every time a thing pops up. Give me 1 minute. I wonder if this will send me off screen. Haha, enjoy, I think, the PlayStation. Oh, I got I'm learning about this stuff. Usually Larks is in charge of this, so, let's see here. Oh, is this usually how it is? This is usually how it is in Larks' stream. Yeah, I enjoy that. I oh no, I have beep beep expletive. Hold on, this is also gonna be me figuring out Where's the beep beep expletive coming from? Oh no, the Ulda's sun has risen and now we get the fanfare. Enjoy the screen again with all of the nice. Oh, I found it. I'm gonna what's something lovely? I wanna say, see, I'm like drunk on power right now. I get to be in charge of the stream. And I get to deal with all the stuff that I know Larks does. Oh, I can make this purple. Oh, is that too much purple? I'll let you guys decide. Okay. Instead of beep beep motherfuckers, which is censored on PSN YouTube, we now have fun loveslies with very garish purple, but I think that suits Zuyaya. Okay, I think I'm going to become a master of streaming on YouTube. Oh, I'm gonna get my chat off so I don't get my many link shell updates. We don't need to know about that. We do need to know that Coronius Fire is revived, though. Wait, events. There we go. Okay. So, tonight's stream is going to be a solo with just Zuyaya, as Larks is not available right now. Hopefully he might show up to view the stream a little bit. He just couldn't do a full stream tonight, so we're going to do just Zuyaya today. And you're gonna see what my game looks like instead of his. But tonight's episode we're going to be exploring the Thaumaturge's Guild. And depending on how fast that goes, we're just gonna roll right into Black Mage for a Realm Reborn. So if you've been following with us all the way to Heavensward, we're going to zip back in time to Realm Reborn again. Again with Zuyaya probably at level 1 to 50. So I already have New Game Plus up, but can I read the thing again? Oh yeah, here we go. So, the funeral rites of the Order of Naldthal have been focused and refined into what is known today as Thaumaturge, and the 5 brothers who lead the Thaumaturge's Guild have elected to offer you instruction in the dark art. The arrival of the 6th brother, however, serves to complicate your training. So that is the small summary of this. So let's just get to it. Are here at the Temple of Naldthal. And is it already telling me that I can't? Let me see why Yayake does not want to talk to me. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? Let's see. Oh, I can't be a black mage while doing this. Yes, I'm going to quit Yayake before I even begin. But first, I guess I have to put this in my mouth for a bit, just not be... Oh, there we go. Alright. Yayake wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Thaumaturge's Guild. Now, right before this, if you'd been playing the game a little bit more organically and not New Game Plus, you would have been fluffing around Ul'dah, looking at all the guilds. Usually, you do choose a class at the very beginning of the game, but they don't force you to go with your very first baby choice because maybe you chose wrong. So you can go up to any of the receptionists and they'll be like, do you want to join our guild? And Warrior of Light can probably just nod stoically, very... Well, that's a wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of Fundamental Thaumaturgical Principle, all 108 of them. Or at least I would, if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they said. I suppose you shall just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guildmasters. It's not like you need a degree in this, you just sit for a session. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Coco Biogo? I believe. Yayake has been here for over a decade and can't remember any of the brothers' names. It's great. This is a very well run guild house. This is also where you come for funeral rites and burying your dead people in Uldaw. It's a wonderful place to study. It's also the public library, you know, where you get to hang out with creepy masked hooded everybody, and these guys, whatever the heck these guys are doing for an eternity. So, a wonderful place. And they're everywhere. Okay. I'm going to click on everybody else except him. Oh, what? Oh, those teeth, miss. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? We set our asses on fire for that. Oh, look at the expectant face, Coco Biogo. This lady is obviously a new applicant for the guild seeking audience with our eldest brother. Yayake. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites for the virtuous fallen from memory, but the simplest task of keeping our names straight seems to ever fall beyond her grasp. I mean, you know, Coco somethings. Ah, well, I for one find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, my dear. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kokobuki with whom you must speak. And here he is, like smoke. Oh. What's this? What's this then? Great Saul has led us a new aspirant. We usually scare everyone off from this guild. We haven't gotten a new member in 8 years. Ah, Kokobuki! Were you here the entire time? Were you just hiding behind the small pot over there, like you usually do? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest, of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. To wield thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolence. The thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorcerous teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Yes, he did just include sleep, which... you know, something that's really, really well known for all magic users. Sleep. Of course, such power has a price, especially nap time. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidden chasm of Thaumaturge's secrets. For advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials, like killing 5 ladybugs. We had a member lose their life to that once. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Are you prepared to leap into the abyss? I like that if you hit this too fast, usually you'll always hit no and it's so great, but yes. We're here for the abyss, the sweet dark abyss. A confident response. Your name, if you will? Very well. Zuyaya, let us mark your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling Thaumaturge. You do know how to cast magic, right? You can't be at the guild unless you can do that. Huge hornets, star mammoths, and snapping shrews inhabit all of these level 1 enemies. Inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorceress might and slay 3 of these creatures before returning to my side. This is a common element in almost all of the level 1 class jobs. You go outside and you kill like insignificant enemies. I guess they want me to go to Central Thanalan for this. Is it only in Central Thanalan? Oh, I live here. I should know which one. You know what? It won't matter. All those markers. So we're gonna one-shot everything. Oh no, except I can't because I've never had a hot bar as a Thaumaturge. I originally played this game. Oh wait, I want that there. Oh, you know what? Oh man, here's sleep. Just put that there. Oh my gosh, I can't put transpose is very important. So I originally played this game on the PlayStation 3. Therefore, my hotbar from when I was a very young newbie, it saved my PlayStation 3, not my PlayStation 4. We're gonna one-shot everything anyways, cause technically, Zuyaya is level 80. It's fun that when you do New Game Plus, they don't sink you down, so you just continue to be the very, very high level you are. But that's okay, we're not here for prog, we're here for just a nice story time. Got all the mammoths and the hornets. Now we need to find shrews. We're just gonna walk everywhere because we wouldn't have a chocobo at this level. There's no chocobos allowed. Wish I had Swiftcast. I guess I do have Swiftcast. Oh well. Wonderful task for the Warrior of Light. Kill some insignificant pest vermin out in the middle of the desert. Oh wait, I just said no chocobos. This is why Larks usually gets to be in charge, because I usually just am like, whatever. I hope we have very well impressed the guild masters by killing these off. I wonder if, like, Zuyaya just skins them, takes their pelts with the hornets, maybe take all the stingers out or something, and just comes in with a bloody bag of various viscous animal parts and just throws the bag at the feet of all 5 of the brothers. Now, because it's the first class quest we're showcasing on the channel, I should say that it's really unusual that a guild has more than one guild master. I guess Kokobuki is technically the only guild master here, but the Thaumaturge's guild, they're just all run by the 5 brothers. Usually there's just one and only one. Alright, Kokobuki, take your gross animal stuff. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished her foes. Zuyaya, I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. Please take that bag of gross stuff out of here. We don't need it. The purpose of this trial was to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy, an innate quality that limits of which are bound by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Aether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. Now, I have here a tomb that shall serve you as a hunting log. You will not be using this in this live stream because you've already completed it, but I'm giving it to you anyways. As the name suggests, its pages are to be filled with the records of the enemies you slay. The log also contains the names of such adversaries that will challenge and improve your skills as a thaumaturge. This will help you level up so that you can actually gain levels in this game. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your magical might will also swell in response to moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. He's gonna do that a lot. Next Thaumaturge quest will be available from Kokobuki upon reaching level 5. Good thing I'm level 80. So we're gonna pretend that Zuyaya looked through that book and killed some more rats and maybe took down another ladybug or a hornet. But ain't nobody got time for that. That's boring montage stuff. Alright, I'm getting into things. The threat of intimacy. Every quest is going to start with the threat of blah from now on. Guildmaster Kokobuki wishes to draw you further into the abyss of Thaumaturge's secrets. Thaumaturge's secrets. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untired mortal shell. That's really freaking edgy of you, Kokobuki. Another trial you must have. Do I sound like Yoda yet? I hope I do. I've been practicing. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned thaumaturge Zuyaya. Sounds kind of like your name, but a little bit different. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, oh, that's quite a flex, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats that which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, The Threat of Intimacy, falls within Kokobyogo's purview, it is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered within. Oh, Kokobyogo. He's got social anxiety. That's why he's so good. Oh, wah! Yes, Zuyaya. I've been expecting you. Maybe not. I just heard your conversation. It happened like only 10 feet away from us, so... Allow me to read you the pertinent passage from the opening chapter to Zozomaya's Guide. The threat of intimacy. Ah, how magnificent the potent power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear, but the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Fish shatter bone, blades slide through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat, and stand you apart from such men. The last part makes me so queasy, no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit, or stabbed, or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus the wise Thaumaturge always strikes from afar, and the farther the better. Now, let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the Silver Bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for the vulture to swoop in to feed. And then you're gonna smash it. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafafono. Dang, Lalafell names. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop, so long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Zuyaya, we pay him in sorcery-blasted bird flesh. It's what we do around here. So this is the game trying to teach you, like, hey, if you are a spellcaster, you should stay pretty far away. Except, and later in content, you should probably be sticking with your group as much as possible, which is right on the backside of the boss or enemy that you're there. So this only pertains to overworld related stuff. We'll be using Chocobo because it's a distance away. We cuddled on a really good sunny day. Not that they usually have bad weather like Ishgard. It's just every once in a while you come in contact with a cloudy day. Alright. Where's our destination? Oh, stuck. Dried fish! I didn't read it. Don't care to. Alright. Now we're gonna go all the way here. But it won't matter, because once we hit that bird, it's going to start coming over to attack us. But we'll be able to hit it, I guess, a couple times before it's all the way here. Oh wait, that I one-shot it. It ended up following canon after all. And I like how they're like, be far away from it. It's like, if you don't kill it right out, it's just gonna come over here and attack you. You can get interrupted if hit by enemies, but I don't think it's quite as bad as it used to be in the past. I remember in Realm Reborn, if I got aggro on most enemies as a Black Mage or Thaumaturge, it meant like I couldn't cast for anything. Oh, you're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up the fee then. Take this. Oh, it tastes remarkably like chocobo. Oh, that's really sad. Ah, there's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Oh, did you say Thaumaturge? Has this mage just completed a guild trial? Ah, Master Alchemist, what brings you to our bazaar this fine afternoon? The lady here just slew herself a plump vulture, and I'm a freak who likes fire-braised vulture. I guess this one was hit with lightning, I guess. You'd be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbon by beak and talon. And that's not the sort of flesh I've tasted for. Or that's not the sort of flesh I've a taste for, you understand. I'm not a cannibal. Oh, my brothers, not again. What the hell was that about? You got more to say? I think it's time I moved on from this godforsaken place. I haven't made a single bloody kill since I came. All I get is magically braised vultures occasionally. This questline's gonna be rife with Lalafell, which will be great because finally Zuyaya will be talking with people that are at her height level, and the camera won't be in extreme positions. It is always a great time when there's a very, very tall person talking in the room, and you see how the team has tried very, very hard to make sure that Lalafell characters can be in the shot. It actually is done really good. Alright, Coco Biogo. If I can click on you. Ah! Ah, welcome back. Oh, welcome back, Zuyaya. You have done what? You seem to have done well by the smell of Synth's vulture on you. Both eyes intact, face appears unshredded. It wasn't like our last initiate. Oh, it is truly the most terrible feeling to have one's casting interrupted by heinous injury. Not that any of us would know. We run away. It is one of the easier trials, if you ask me. Keep well away from pointy, slashy, bashy things if you want to reach the end of an arcane utterance. That's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I simply love the look of loathing leveled at me by distant duelists distressed by my dastardly downpour. Ha 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 ha! Everybody hates him. We Thaumaturges excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. Our most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they have the chance to respond. Honor is for knights and dead mages. Ah, yes, our secret. You see, we are all a bunch of cowards, Zuyaya. Your studies appear to be progressing nicely. It won't be long before you dominate the battlefield as an avatar of sorcerous destruction. Little did you guys know. Oh, here we go. So it is true, Buki. Don't try to hide from me, Byogo. Or you, Bonnie. Or Bezzy. Or Boha. Kokobushi? What are you doing here? You promised you would teach me next. Well, yes, of course we did, Busi, but Zuya here was most insistent. Zuya's like, don't you dare throw me under the bus. And once again, you brushed me aside in the hopes that I abandoned my heart's desire. Why do you deny me? I hate you. I hate all of you. Please, Busi, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Byogo is. He's already crying over there. That was Kokobushi, our youngest brother. He so dearly wishes to become a thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's etheric levels are pitifully low. He cannot get his fire spells up at all. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist Guild, but he yet yearns to walk upon the path of thaumaturgy. And he's still running. Such is Kokobushi's determination that he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking a method by which he can expand his capacity for arcane manipulation. All he's invented so far is Viagra, though. Well, this is obviously not your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young thaumaturge. And by that, I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. So guys, like, don't baby me. I know how to handle the abyss. So that was Kokobushi. He looks like a little bitch. To be honest, though, they all look like a little bitch. The threat of paucity. Like I know that word. Now Guildmaster Kokobuki wishes for me to learn from the second chapter of Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss. Oh yes, Yaya, yes. The aura of power surrounding you is palpable. It's almost like you leveled up right in front of my eyes. The glare begins to bind my thaumaturge's eye. Your lesson today shall be taught by Kokobani. Go to him and hear from the chapter entitled The Threat of Paucity. Dude, we don't need the sleep spell. We just need to start reading from Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss. I'm so under the impression they retitled that to make it sound way more edgy. They're like, we are We're dark, conniving, scheming thaumaturges. I mean, when you gotta ham up your stuff in your guild with stuff like this, this is like Spirit Halloween levels of spooky over here, guys. Anyways. Aha! So, Zuyaya, you have come to learn at the foot of the third eldest brother, have you? I promise you, however, your education shall not be third-rate. Let us read from the second chapter, shall we? Are you settled? No last moment trips to the privy? Very well. Zuyaya is just giving him a blank stare this entire time. He's like, okay, alright. The threat of paucity. Nobody knows what that word means. Ah, how magnificent the ruthless power we wield. Flame devours ice entombs, and lightning courses through the stricken bodies of our foes. But oh, such desperation when the wellspring runs dry. Flame sputters out, ice melts into slush, and lightning sparks no longer. Know you this threat, and mind you the limits of your mortal vessel. A terrifying thought, isn't it? I mean, not like getting stabbed, but a thaumaturge who has exhausted her arcane reserves is not but a woman with a stick and a funny hat. I understand you're the only woman in this room right now. I'm not making fun of you. For we mages, you may as well equate the etheric energy flowing through our veins with our very lifeblood. Should a battle find us lacking in this precious resource, we are as good as dead, along with getting stabbed with a spear. But I digress. Controlling the expenditure of your power requires an understanding of etheric balance. The scales can tip in one of two directions, astrally or umbrally. Astral to umbral. We're not going to go into that very, very well done music album. When your mind and spirit lean in an umbral direction, your thaumaturgy is affected by a state known as umbral ice. The potency of your spell is diminished, but they also require less energy to invoke. Oh, thank you, Google. Scarcity. Why couldn't you just be like, the rule of scarcity? Don't let your MP get too low. Done. Summarized it. On the other hand, a thaumaturge in the astral fire state will find the potency of her incantations enhanced, but at a greater cost to her etheric stamina. Now, with the concepts of etheric balance and efficient casting foremost in your mind, I bet you go forth and slay 8 Fs. Pray do your best to stay alive. It reflects badly on me when the mauled corpse of one of our pupils is returned to the ossuary. How many pupils have you guys lost? How many students have died? So that whole spiel is kind of going into some mechanics of Black Mage and Thaumaturgy, which is you go into Umbral Ice phase in order to gain MP, and you stay in Astral Fire stage in order to have really, really big DPS and kill everything with your high numbers, but you don't get to stay in there for long, because then you run out of MP. In lore, if you burn out all of the etheric energy in your body, you will kill yourself. You literally burn yourself from the inside out, and it is not good. But that's not very possible when you're a player character. You're the warrior of light. You can't do that. You just get revived by Heidelin Mommy, and she goes, no, that didn't happen. And we're gonna one-shot these Fs. This is part of a Realm Reborn still, where they're like, I'm gonna make you slay 8 things. 8! I'd usually go with the rule of threes on this one, but they're like, no, we want you to kill 8 things. We're gonna kill some Fs, we're gonna kill sunbats, we're gonna kill, I think there was an antlion or something. We're just gonna kill everything. Unlike the Thaumaturge guild brothers, Zuyaya is not afraid of just hitting things over and over again. Gonna kill all the Fs here. This is what's not so great about having to kill so many things. I guess there is 108 books, but at least I don't have to worry about this right now, but when player characters get all in one area and they need to kill the same enemy, you just become that person who's just stealing kills all over the place. Alright. But it's no matter right now. Yeah, killing 8 of them, and if you had like 3 people doing the Thaumaturge's quest, which isn't a lot, at the same time, that's like more than the population of Fs. We're gonna make them go extinct. Do we just go back to the guild? Oh, so easy. We're just gonna go teleport. Maybe we'll see some Jades on the way. The Jades have been back and forth. They are a famous group of people on Famfrit server. They like to AFK and pose at Aetherites. Usually in Limsa Mensa, but I've seen them in Gridania. I think there's some right here. Oh, maybe they just haven't loaded in. Oh! They're T-posing! Oh, here we go. There you go. Jades! Guardians. Okay. Hello, Jades. A Jade Enforcer in Kugane. Yeah, like, finding Jades on Famfrit server is almost like Where's Waldo? Only, I don't know, it's not like they're hidden. It's just you'll walk around and like, there's a Jade! You keep doing your thing, you funky little Jades. Okay, Cocoa Bonnie. Aha! You arrived before me, upright and breathing. I'm so glad you're not dead. You're probably the only student that's made it this far in a long time. Wonderful! It's so much simpler to pose questions to a student without having to resort to necromantic divination. What are you admitting to here? We're just gonna move on. Tell me, Zuyaya, what action would you take if you found your thaumaturgical endurance exhausted in the middle of battle? Flee? Brandish my scepter as a club. That's Zuyaya's sleep. Look, Zuyaya was raised on the street. She fights dirty. She knows how to do stuff. Oh, yes, the scepter is certainly a lethal instrument of death. Your death, you valorous fool. Remember the first chapter. We do not close distance with our enemies. Zuyaya's like, not if you're a coward. And we certainly do not hit them with our finely crafted tools of thaumaturgy. Again, Zuyaya is just like, you guys are not fully using your potential. Zuyaya will stab something with the end of her staff if she has to. Pray consider replenishing your energies with a vial of ether before humiliating yourself in melee combat. Look, you guys have it all wrong. These guys don't know. There was a time in Final Fantasy, I don't know if they still do this in raids. No, I don't think they do. There was a time where even healers and black mages would stand on the back end of the boss and auto attack just to get in a little bit more DPS. And yes, that meant just plain ass whacking them with our wooden frickin' scepters. Or a book. Just throw the book at him. Ah, ether. Something that's not really used in this game, except maybe in overworld content. The draught of the gods. We thaumaturges, indeed any who practice the arts of arcane manipulation, value this substance above all others. Thus, it was with unbridled fury that we received the most recent report of beastman activity. It seems an Amalja raiding party has attacked a caravan on trade routes and made off with an entire crate of precious ether. The time has come for you to put your new knowledge to the test. Annihilate these Amalja bandits and retrieve the cargo of ether-filled vials. According to the report, the armored war transport was last spotted to the south of Drybone. Ah, and I believe Kokobuki has an additional request. While you are busy incinerating Amalja, be sure to collect some more samples of their blood. Cause, don't ask questions. Assuming you can draw any from their smoking remains. Okay. You had me, you're like, okay, yeah, save this caravan, you know, they got a shipment of these really, really useful ether vials, okay, last request, can you collect their blood? But Zuyaya is just on the darker end of things, that she's kinda like, okay, we'll go do that. Ah, Drybone. We always come back to Drybone. Zuyaya spent some time of her adolescence out here in eastern Thanalan. She did not like it. She thinks this is a shithole. Alright. Armored transport. Now to beat up some actually real bad foes. Oh, level 7 Amalja. I'm done. And I guess at that same time, you just collected blood. You just, you know, casually collecting the blood of your enemies. And Atulda. Just true to Realm Reborn fashion, just go someplace and then head immediately straight back. Yeah, isn't it quite satisfying when you hit something with like a healing weapon and it just makes that little thunk sound? Again, I don't know if that's actually even used in raids anymore. It was a thing in Realm Reborn, maybe a little bit in Heavensward, where the auto attack. Now it's like, I don't know, auto attacking an enemy seems like it would do such insignificant damage that would it even matter? Especially as I don't know if it's scaled well. It's like, I guess any little tiny bit might count, especially if you have 8 people doing it. But I don't know. I would say just focus really, really hard on using your abilities. Alright, back here again. Got your crates and your weird blood vials. Ooh, did I detect the scent of ether? And I trust that stench is a mage blood. Yep. Just fresh blood. It almost appears black. Okay. Just having a grand old time. Oh, 10 vials, 20, 30. The sight of so much ether is just so very comforting. You know you can't drink too much of that, my dude, before you get sick. What have we here, Cocoa Body? Is this the crate that was stolen? I see. Zuyaya's lessons have had the desired effect. We need you to collect a lot of blood. I will assume the vile, viscous liquid you have there is beastman blood. Kokobusi should be pleased. I'm here for blood! Kokobuki, you left word for me to visit the ossuary. Have you finally decided to begin my training in Thaumaturge? Ah, Kokobusi, good of you to come. Zuyaya here was kind enough to obtain a supply of mage blood for you. For our special boy. An alchemist acquaintance of mine explained how you had been using the substance in your research to create a mana-amplifying elixir. Naturally, we are most interested in the results of such experiments. So, you see, Busi, your work as an alchemist already puts you in a position to work alongside us. You needn't become a thaumaturge to be part of our family. Ah, that's right, Busi. Besides, the battlefield is a dangerous place. Nobody should go there, except maybe Zuyaya. And our skills are not exactly suited to keeping others safe from harm. We mostly are doing the harm, you see. I see. This is but another attempt to dissuade me from pursuing my true calling. I do not want to cheer you on from the safety of my workbench. I want to fight at your side. Busi, we cannot stand the thought of you being harmed. Pray do not do anything foolish. So yeah, if you are done here, I would speak with you further. And perhaps you shouldn't be involved in our family affairs. So yeah, sitting over here like, I'm already involved. I can already feel it in the air. She's like, I already know the stench of bullshit when it hits. Oh, as I mentioned before, Kokobusi is dangerously unsuited to the wielding of thaumaturgy. Even with the proper training, he would be unable to invoke even the smallest flicker of flame. Were he to attempt to force a manifestation of power, the strain on his woefully inadequate etheric reserves would likely kill him. I like that Kokobusi's like, they're like, he's just so fucking weak. You can't even believe it. But I do not request your presence to discuss my brother's tragic circumstance. You have completed every trial set before you thus far. I believe you are sufficiently entrenched in the abyss of thaumaturgy that a sojourn into another guild would not unduly affect your studies. Please do not leave us, though. We do not have any other students other than you. We've kind of killed the last 5 of them. Within the walls of Ul'dah, you might visit the Pugilist Guild and train at the feet of Hammond Holy Fist, or crossblades with the First Sword Melia of the Gladiators Guild. Or, should you tire from the demands of battle, there are guilds that offer instruction in the trades of weaving, goldsmithing, and alchemy. I believe there's even a guild that teaches mining, of all things. Can you imagine? Lalafell miners? Actually, that's most of us. I should hope, of course, that thaumaturgy remains your first and foremost obsession. Do not absent yourself from us too long, Zuyaya. So now they're like, you could do other jobs if this one sucks. Unfortunately, Zuyaya has been kicked out of every other guild, so... Armory unlocked, wow! Gear sets now available! Never heard of these things! Alright, we're just gonna jump right back into it. Zuyaya can't go to any of those guilds, it's fine. Oh, I see you're still back. You never moved from me, not even an inch. Come, Zuyaya, the yawning abyss beckons once more. Today, Coco Bezzi will instruct you on the chapter entitled The Threat of Superiority, which is what most of us Lalafell have. Alright, Coco Bezzi. Nope. I like to click on anything but what I'm standing in front of. Oh, you have come for your lessons, Zuyaya? Then heed well my words. The threat of superiority. Ah, how magnificent and intimidating power will... There's a theme going on here. How magnificent the intimidating power we wield. Flames sear the air, ice frosts the ground, and lightning flashes with blinding incandescence. But not all are cowed by our elemental fury. Ignite not your flames, summon not your ice, and strike not with your lightning. Know you this threat, and stay your hand against such foes. Once you cut away all the overblown imagery, the passage draws attention to an important tactic. A wise thaumaturge does not engage in battle against opponents she cannot defeat. A fine example would be avoiding conflict with Uldah's multitude of furious merchants. These soulless, ravening creatures are afflicted with the madness of insatiable avarice. Do you perhaps recall the crate of ether you retrieved from the Amalja bandits just 5 minutes ago? Well, a number of irate peddlers have arrived at the guild with the gall to demand recompense for the few measly vials we emptied as just our reward. Coco Bezzi, did you even ask? Did you? Oh my god. Alright, yes. We drank the entire bloody box. But the point is that the guild cannot presently afford to pay such a sum, because we stole all the ether and we can't be sued. Thus I pass on to you the secret of my last and most potent defense. Shameless weeping. Oh, these guys, so good. I'm not speaking of a few tears here. I want you to stride right up to these tyrannical traitors and cry your eyes out. Guys, this is the Thaumaturge's quest. Striking people with fire, icing them down with so much frosty ice cubes, sending lightning bolts at them. We're gonna grovel in front of these merchants. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Did your mother never teach you that merchants be paid for his wares? What do you have to say? No, not you, raving. The other raving merchant. Hey, you ether swilling miscreant! Where is the gill you owe me? Thaumaturge! What manner of guild are you running here? Do you simply loot and pillage the goods of fine, upstanding citizens as you see fit? Alright. Normally Zuyaya would just start hitting them with fire, but they told her she can't do that. So, do I even have cry on here? I do not. Oh boy. There we go. She's going to look up with big, big, giant eyes with the tears welling. Oh, it's not that. Oh dear. I'm not angry with you at all. You understand. It's those 5 ether-addled brothers I take issue with. You tell them the next time this happens, I'll have the price taken out of their unprincipled hides. Now we're going to have this in the history. Just giant fat tears. The Ghibli tears. You know, the really good Ghibli tears. Alright, miss. I know you're the one who chased down those Amalja brutes for us. I'll let it go this one time. For your sake. Just get that nice cinematic cry. Maybe just a single tear. Ah, well, you needn't cry over a few vials of ether, lass. I'll tell you what, you dry your eyes for me and I'll take care of the loss out of my own purse, okay? Zuyaya is probably good at this because they were just kind of like, well, I'm gonna run off. Just, you know, we're done. Zuyaya is sitting over here like, I think I'm working for a bunch of con artists. But of course this is Ul'dah, so... Alright, Coco Bezzy, I did your dirty work for you. Ah, masterful performance, Zuyaya. The sniffling was a nice touch. You will, however, encounter foes who are unmoved by such piteous wailings. Zuyaya's like, yeah, I know. It's like, you know, Asians and Garleans and maybe a really, really nasty, like, wolf every once in a while. Like, you have no idea. Take this recent request, for instance, which I have nominated to serve as your next trial. Meteor-kun being... Yeah, Zuyaya is cute and small and has the big eyes. Meteor-kun, or aka Derplander, I don't know how he pulled it off. Maybe he just looks so pitiful that they're just like, I can't watch this man. I can't do it. Not today. And they run off. A team of scholars have asked for Thaumaturge to destroy a cursed relic they unearthed known as Mormo's Urn. While pottery is, by the large, immune to tears, at least, you know, unless it has a face it can see, it is the Alacran thieves that subsequently stole it that concern me. The Alacran are an organization of criminals not normally known for their gentle or understanding dispositions. Rather than attempting to engage an entire gang of their thugs, I would suggest you neutralize the threat to your person with a well-timed sleep spell. The Alacran have been seen traveling in the southeast of Drybone. Find them and destroy the urn they carry. Yada yada. Here we go, we're gonna use sleep now. Because it's the most important spell Thaumaturge and Black Mage could possibly have. I almost wish they'd get rid of sleep, but instead they just give us chirp. We get chirp instead. It's essentially just sleep, but I just want it to be chirp. I'm gonna fly in a room. It's almost October. Tomorrow will be October, so I get to be... It's already Halloween, guys. See, a good number of players have been subjected to chirp, so we all want chirp so that we too can feel that level of power. Zuyaya's already a witch. Let's see, I forgot. Oh yeah, it's in this little tiny stretch of area. See, it's hard to tell when you go into flight mode. This is you on the ground technically walking. This is you in the air, flying now. I guess there's a slight increase in speed. Alright, we go around here. Haha, yes. Have a good time at work. See you later. I'm just gonna be on easy mode. Even normal mode's pretty easy. I usually put it on easy mode so I could keep up with Larks in the live stream, and even then, because I cast and Larks does melee, I'm just always delayed by a few seconds because I wonder if I could just... Oh, they do sink me down to this level though. So I will have to use sleep. So... I remember first doing this. Oh, it's been a very long time. I have not done this quest since 2014, so I have very little memory of it. But I do remember having trouble with this quest. And it was because I wasn't sleeping the enemies. I had just gotten the spell and I didn't quite know how to use it. But we're on easy mode, we'll certainly be fine. Gonna take them down one at a time. Oh, you little poisoned arrow. How cute. Okay, now we use sleep. I'm a little bit used to my other hotbar, my black mage hotbar. So, sleep does wonder with crowd control, which is what they're trying to teach you here. Unfortunately, the higher level, I would say pretty much past level 30, you won't really be using sleep except in very, very special occasions, so sleep just doesn't have its place. So, Thaumaturge is kind of the base class of Black Mage. Back in the day when I was playing it, you had to be both a Thaumaturge and then you also had to pick up archery as well to become a Black Mage. So Black Mage was supposed to be the combination, but now they do not require you to do that. So you just play Thaumaturge first and then you will become a Black Mage later on. Black Mage is kind of like advanced study courses in magic. Lore-wise, most characters in the Final Fantasy world could probably become a Thaumaturge. Unlike Kokobusi over here, who is running at us. But very, very few people in lore could ever become a Black Mage. That is an extreme amount of magical energy going on, and if you don't do it right, it will kill you. So, back to Kokobusi. Zuyaya, a moment, if you would please. Pray allow me to shatter that urn. I really, really want to throw it on the ground, you see. I thought that if I assisted you with your task, then my brothers might finally deign to take me seriously. So I followed you, and hid behind many, many rocks. What have we got here, then? A couple of nosy sand rabbits. Oh, is that a slur? A couple of nosy sand rabbits that are about to get skinned. Did you just call me a slur, sir? I'm gonna end you. Oh dear gods, where did they come from? It's not like we walked into the Alakran camp where they were stealing an urn. Is he really gonna fight? Oh, Kokobusi. What are you doing? I'm no Thaumaturge, but I still have my tricks. See, this is what I'm saying. You sit over here and you auto-attack. Oh, sorry, Kokobusi. I'm gonna hit you with that spear thing. Are you injured? I have a salve for that. Kokobushi, why don't you just become a not black mage, a healer, a white mage? The other illegal class. See, Kokobushi is just the chemist class. You know, the one we're probably not going to get in this game. Duty complete! We did it! And we're alive! Oh, all these dead bodies. Should we collect their blood? Oh. That was simply incredible, Zuyaya. I wish I could wield the same sort of power. But I am a weak little man. I became an alchemist in the hopes of creating some manner of mana-amplifying elixir, but all of my efforts have been for naught, because I am also dumb and stupid as well as weak. The results have been far too mild for me to make any difference. I'll never be a thaumaturge like my brothers at this rate. I'll never be the pitiful, or I'll forever be the pitiful, powerless little sibling. Why don't you just own that? Like, yeah, be the weak sibling. Like, do it. Lalafell waddle. Now we're going to look at this urn. Mormo's urn. If I destroy it, then maybe my family will see that I'm what I'm capable of. My dude, it really doesn't take that much all to just kind of kick that pot over and send it over the edge. Oh, wait! Don't you dare break my urn! Oh, well, what the? Did that piece of pottery just talk? Are you Mormo, the Voicent? What else would it be, my dude? It's it's actually somebody else just doing ventriloquism from afar. Well, yes, I am Mormo, but I am I'm one of the nice Voicent. I'm totally cool, guys. Very cool. It was the nasty ones that sealed me up in here for helping a mortal. If you would be so kind as to open the lid of my urn, I would be happy to grant you a wish. Anything you desire. Fortune, fame. I'm not really interested in fame or fortune, but perhaps there is one thing. I like to have etheric power to equal that of my brothers. Yeah, power, is it? A perfectly acceptable wish. In fact, I sense the latent ability buried deep within your spirit, even though it is very tiny and pitiful. It will be a simple thing for me to turn it loose. What more is there to think about? Open the lid. Zuyaya, are you gonna even try to stop him? You're just gonna stare. You're gonna be like, yeah, this is totally one of the nice Voicent, right? Zuyaya, don't just blank. God, you're... Okay. Can you do... Oh, you're too late now. You're just... Wait. Just stood there. You just stood there and let that happen. And then you weakly reached out your hand like, oh no, Kokobushi, don't. Nah. Well, I don't feel different at all. I think Mormo may have been lying. Maybe he really was a ventriloquist over there by the rocks. Come, Zuyaya. It's time we were leaving. Oh, where am I supposed to break this urn? It was that easy. You had one job, Kokobushi. And that's that. Yes, this will be such fun. I mean, it will be nice to return home after all this excitement. Zuyaya's face is like, I know something's up, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm just gonna... I think Zuyaya's like, I'm actually not paid well enough to even care, so go ahead and just get possessed, Kokobuki, like... Kokobuki, no! Weekly reach out, just be like, no, don't do it, no, oh. He just wants to be a very powerful thaumaturge, but it's like, why not actually do something you like? All you want to do is just be like your brothers, but I don't know, maybe you'd actually be a really, really good dragoon. Like, go join the Knights of Ishgard and just kill dragons. I feel like every questline Zuyaya has to go on, it's like everyone around her cares so much. Like, all of the guild masters are caring so much about this situation. Meanwhile, Zuyaya is over there like, yeah, alright, take this urn. Get all that blood, sure. Alright, can I get paid now? Like, there is like, you know, a finder's fee in all this blood, right? She's not a very good warrior, Light. She's not altruistic at all. That's more of Lark's thing. Lark's has to balance out everything with his altruism because Zuyaya is not in it for saving the world. She's here to make her life more comfortable. Ironically. Oh, welcome back, Zuyaya. I'm glad to see you making a habit out of not dying. You get 3 golden stars today for being one of our pupils that do not die. Before we discuss your trial further, however, I would ask you about Kokobushi. He kind of came in here maniacally laughing, and that's not usually his style. He's usually crying in the corner over there. Well, and when I saw him but a few moments ago, he seemed, odd. Well, odder than usual. Would you happen to know aught of it? Just gonna say absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Your eyes betrayed secrets within your breast. If you do not aid me in aiding my brother, things will go ill for you, Zuyaya. Zuyaya's like, you think you could threaten me? First of all, her blank ass stare. I like that they're like, they're trying to threaten her, and this is her response. It's just like, okay, yeah, you're gonna threaten me? Sure. Bootsy was at your trial? She continues to blank ass stare through him, like, what do you think? What do you think, bitch? It is extraordinarily dangerous and foolish to interfere with a thaumaturge's training. I shall have to scold him most hardly. With my most poignant pointer finger I will scold. Such unpleasantries aside, I am impressed that you claimed victory in spite of the unexpected development. The teachings of the Yawning Abyss have served you well. I like that Zuyaya has only just said that Kokobushi was at the trial. She gave them no details whatsoever. She did not say, yeah, he opened the urn, and that might be why he's, you know, oh, also, something was talking at us through the urn. We think it's a ventriloquist. I'm sure it's not the void scent that's inside it. It's fine. Anyways. Now, this is just Zuyaya's last little fuck you, like, whatever. He was at the trial, that's all I'm gonna tell you. With your experience and control thus demonstrated, I believe you are ready to add a new spell to your repertoire. Scathe. In most Final Fantasy games, this will be a very, very powerful spell, but in Final Fantasy XIV, Scathe is one of the weakest spells that we can give you in the game. So, this elementally neutral blast of force will prove efficient against all manner of opponents. As I am sure you are eager to test this incantation's efficiency, I shall grant you leave to return to your training. I pity the next hostile creature that crosses your path. Except Scathe does not do much. Before I had played this game, I was more well acquainted with Final Fantasy XII. So when I saw Scathe, I was extremely excited. And then I was disappointed. But it's still a useful spell, just used very scarcely. Alright, now on to the threat of perplexity. Zuyaya, you're safe. You've never even left the guild, so I don't know. Now, I feared you'd fallen victim to the Mage Slayer. Have you not heard of the recent spate of gruesome killings taking place within Ul'dah? My dude, there are people dying in Ul'dah, getting shanked in the alleyway on a daily basis. Do you think Zuyaya is going to take notice if there's even more killings? There's always somebody dying here. Each case involves at least one dead thaumaturge, and every corpse is found bloody, battered, and utterly drained of etheric energy. Ill tidings aside, I am glad to see you alive and growing with vitality. It is time for you to... You guys are very concerned with, like, if your pupils are alive. It is time for you to delve into the final chapter of the Yawning Abyss. Kokoboha, our second youngest sibling, will read to you from the threat of perplexity. Being a thaumaturge is like, how do you even survive here? Oh, we gotta talk to the one that's, you know, constantly sitting on top of... Okay. Greetings, Zuyaya. Are you once more prepared to pursue the pages of power and peril? Then let us begin. I'm going to talk in alliteration because I do that. The threat of perplexity. Ah, how magnificent and daunting power we wield! Flames pursue, ice transfixes, and lightning dances into the ranks of our enemies. But what terror descends when from all sides those ranks close? Flames are smothered, ice crushed, and lightning grounded. You know this threat, and wear you the multitudinous foe. Don't stand in the crowd. Is the point of this passage readily apparent? It would be most problematic, for example, should you meet this malefic mage slayer and he, or she, proves to be multiple murderers. The only thing worse than one murderer is more than one murderer. What a thaumaturge needs is a thick-set thrall, courageous companion to accompany her in cases where collective cronies are expected. Now, as far as your trial, Zuyaya is like, I got Larks for that. He gets to get hit with everything. Kokobaha, pray allow me to suggest a practical course for Zuyaya's training. The town is buzzing with the news of yet more slaughtered thaumaturges. Their mutilated bodies fouling the waters of Nofika's wells. I would have Zuyaya aid me in hunting down the culprit while the trial is yet fresh. Well, Zuyaya, you've tolerated your interruption. Zuyaya may have tolerated your interruption of her trial the last time, Busi, but you are hardly the hardy henchman she needs to clear such hazardous hurdle. Well, your concerns are understandable, brother. If you would allow your fear, if you were to lay your fears, I can introduce Zuyaya to a valiant warrior who recently entered my employ. You have secured the services of a stalwart swordsman? Then that would indeed be in line with learning the lesson of the day, perhaps. Oh my god. Every once in a while you get Lalafell that talk alliteration because that's just a thing in certain cultures. My poor mouth. Come now, Zuyaya. Let us be about our business before Kokobaha has a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you in Nofika's Wells. Oh, something just isn't right with that boy. So was that really Kokobusi? He wasn't crying in the corner like usual. That's not him. Okay. I have a bit of a UI overlap with my quests. Alright, on the road again. Now, is this at the bottom or at the top? Find the road. Nofika's Wells is this gorge right over here. Okay, it is at the bottom. There is a small little stream going down. I imagine there used to be sort of more of a river going on. I don't know. This is the desert. His name is just Stalwart Swordsman. Wow, Kokobusi, you certainly made a really nice friend here. The Lalafell promised me a sackful of gil to do what I do best, and that's keeping all the attention on me. Ha! Well, I like his attitude, I guess. The game's like, you usually need a tank somewhere. Ah, Zuyaya, so good of you to come. My Rokunin friend here is the warrior I mentioned back at the ossuary. Now, there's no time to waste. Why don't you head into the stream and examine the bodies of the slain mages? I would go with you, but my delicate stomach, I fear, I might contaminate the scene. Remember, you're looking for anything that might help us track down this killer. Oh, can you collect all the blood from the bodies too? That'd be great. So this is where Zuyaya starts becoming a detective. And it's actually a bit of a Thaumaturge black mage thing to do, to constantly investigate dead bodies over and over again. And so Zuyaya is half like a freelance investigator, just, you know, staring at dead bodies. Alright. Here's one. It's definitely a dead body. Oh, did we just pick that up? Did we put that in our pocket? Okay. We just picked up a bracelet. So much blood covers this piece of jewelry that it's impossible to tell from what it is made. Okay, well, you can just wash it off in the stream here. A bloody scepter. The blood smeared about the head is still sticky to the touch. The amount of blood Zuyaya has to, like, touch and dig through. so much blood. That doesn't end with the Black Mage quests. They're like, oh, you just come from, you know, a guild where you had to collect a bunch of blood and collect bloody things. Yeah, can you collect some more blood? And they're like, sure. Did you uncover anything incriminating? I didn't read this last one. This tome. This book appears to have been torn apart with something sharp like claw. Sounds pleasant. We're gonna just hand all of this over to him. The blood is yet slick to the touch. The slaughter must have been recent indeed. The villain may yet lurk nearby. Return to the creek where the bodies lay and linger for a time. I dare say your aura, saturated it is with the enticing etheric energy, will lure the mage slayer into the open. Have courage, Zuyaya. Our burly companion stands ready to leap to your aid. Zuyaya's like, I'm not relying on this guy. She's like, I don't even know his real name. I'm just gonna call him Stalwart Swordsman because I don't know his name. Zuyaya is terrible with names anyway. She can't remember anybody's name. So I was like, alright, I guess I just stand here and be bait. My favorite. And it's just right in front of me, this imp. Hey, Stalwart Swordsman. Aha! The demon shows its claws. I'll keep it busy. You just focus on the magicking. Oh god. Well, at least he's pretty useful. He's, you know, tanking. You usually need a tank for these situations. I still got aggro on this guy. Put the big bugger to sleep. I can't take these all at once. Okay, alright. I wonder if I need to keep this guy alive or if he can die but I live. Alright, well. You want to regen your health some more? Okay, you don't really heal for shit, so that's your own problem. He's gonna die soon anyways. You took a while to kind of get back in the game there, my dude. Well, that takes care of that. I'm off to collect the coin. Alright, have a good time, Stalwart Swordsman. We'll never meet again. Well, I guess that's that. We killed the void synth that was killing mages. Everything's fine now. We're okay. It seems your partnership with our hired blade went splendidly. It is unfortunate, though, that one of the imps was able to flutter away. Oh, did you not notice? You wouldn't wish to report to Gokobaha with your trial but half finished, would you? Of course not. I'm afraid, however, that the Rogadin has already collected his recompense and has departed for the nearest alehouse. What to do? What to do? Well, surely a thaumaturge of your caliber can handle a single imp, yes? If I'm not mistaken, it fled into that little cave over there. Hurry now, before it slips away into some hidden nook or cranny. Oh, okay. It totally doesn't sound suspicious. I mean, who wouldn't want to go into a nice little cave by themselves with no witnesses? So yeah, it's like there's just a bunch of dirt here. So yeah, it's like I already know this is a trap. Who gave you a knife? So yeah, that was a bit of an amateur move of yours. Like, you should know that throwing knives. You should know throwing knives from larks. You should hear that. That is not Kokobushi. Well, it is Kokobushi, but a Kokobushi possessed by the void synth that escaped from Mormo's urn, which I could have learned if you told me, Zuyaya, that he had opened the urn, but, you know, whatever. It was feeding on the etheric energy of all those slain Thaumaturges. So I was like, I make no apologies. And you, my dear Manarich Zuyaya, were to be next. I have wanted to absorb your delicious powers since the moment we met. But you're not stupid and won't open an urn, so... A pity. This has been such an amusing charade. However did you see through it? Well, for one, you weren't crying in the corner. I am Kokobushi's brother. I know a bitch when I see one. So how could I not? It is time I destroyed you, Mormo, and put a stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures. Yeah, the sassy Lalafell waddle is like universal. All three of us have that. A coward like you destroy me? Kokobushi? The mistress of all evil? Your opening strike should have pierced my heart, but instead you aimed for the knife. Fear stays your hand. Fear that slaying me will also slay your sibling. You care. Ha! Poor, spineless Thaumaturge. I shall, however, leave you with a pleasant thought. It was Kokobushi's fervent wish to amass this power. He craved the arcane strength to stand beside his brothers as an equal. What a shame that he must now stand against you. Ta-ta! Oh shit, I wish we could do that. Oh well, it pains me to admit, but there is some truth to that creature's words. I surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this. I betrayed my own teachings. I don't know if you've maybe detected this, Zuyaya, but most of our guild is run by a bunch of cowards. That is our secret. Return to the ossuary and report the completion of your trial, Zuyaya. I will remain here for a time and gather my thoughts. And waddle away. Zuyaya's like, okay, I guess I'll just go get paid. Just bye. Thaumaturge's quest has just become like, hey, I came in here, I wanted to learn something about magic, and it's like, hi, would you like to be involved in family affairs? And Zuya's like, no, I want to be far away from that. I never want to be involved. Here she is. Okay, Coco Baha. Ah, Zuyaya. Kokobuki has advised me of your adventures. Kind of fucked up, isn't it? Well, it seems the mage slayer slithered away, but your stint with the swordsman was nonetheless successful. Hey, has anybody talked with the swordsman since? Because I have a fear about him. Consider this chapter complete. With your time with our tomes of teaching is at an end. Well, to be absolutely accurate, there is an addendum with additional advice, but Kokobuki considers it extracurricular. Even I dare not delve into those diabolical depths. I do not deign to die, you understand? You guys are all afraid of death around here. For people who get people killed, and also, like, you live in the Temple of the Dead. I have yet to inform my brothers of Kokobusi's misfortune. I have yet to reconcile the maelstrom within my own mind. That is because I am pretty weak. The most fundamental lessons of Thaumaturge demand I slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike. Minimal risk, and victory all but assured. How many more will suffer for my hesitation and my cowardice? It will likely be some time, however, before Mormo resurfaces to kill again. Now that we have uncovered this deception, the Void Scent will seek a new hunting ground where Kokobusi's face is unknown. And though the respite may be brief, I must devote this time to considering my next course of action. Pray leave me to my musings, Zuyaya. Okay. So your little brother got possessed. Kokobyogo, I can't talk to Kokobuki, so I'm gonna talk to you instead. Now it's the hidden chapter. Ah, Zuyaya. I saw you coming this time. I didn't scream, you see? I have been more watchful since Kokobuki told us about that dreadful business with Kokobusi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokobuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. It terrifies me, in fact, like most things, including spiders. But perhaps you might speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty. Okay. Back to talking to Kokobuki. Zuyaya. Long have I agonized over Kokobusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my Thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destructions of Mormon's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone. I know you love being there, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding that wretched Void Scent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. Now it looks like Zuyaya is involved in this family drama whether she wants to or not. Back to Camp Dreambone. Oh, he's right over here. Smirking void math. How do you get a job as a void math? If you seek the definitive work on Mormo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of Eld to annihilate the soul of this especially potent void scent. Well, how convenient. I need to destroy that void scent. Well, when it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter, read it at your leisure. Zuyaya probably stuffs that she's got like a tiny little pocket, like little purse there. Takes out her, just stuffs it in there. She's like, alright, I'll totally read it later, yeah, sure. Let's see. They wouldn't be inside here, would they? No, I don't think so. I'm guessing they're gonna be inside this and probably the bar that's across the street. No. Man, do you guys all have to dress really creepily? Is this like part of, you know, just dealing with void stuff? You wish to learn of Mormo? Right this instant? But we've barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could share a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating, even among the oddities of the void scent. She is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable host. You'll find it all explained there in the second chapter. Zuyaya just stuffs it into her pocket. A little bag. A little purse bag. Alright, where's this other? Those are just people crying over a dead body. And Bertine, I have nothing to say to you. Not. Surely there's one. Oh wait. Take me, Raubon, I am your sultana. Wallafel having a sexy dream about Raubon. Oh, more dead people. See, I just walks in and it's this lady's crying over her husband's deathbed and she's like, I'm wrong room. Come on, I know. Gotta be somewhere out in the open. Maybe I was wrong, maybe they will be in here. I don't know. It wouldn't be where the Immortal Flames have headquarters. They're like, oh, look at Zuya, are you here? She's like, no, I'm not here for work. I'm here for more bullshit. Okay, there's one void math. The other was at the bar. Oh, is this... Ah, yes, he's on top. I had a bit of a memory where I'm like, I've been lost here before. On top of the roof, you know. Just here. Oh, there's even more people in here. Just prostitutes. Okay. He just walks in, they're like, hey. And she's like, nah, no, not here for the prostitutes. Okay. Twitching void math. You're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Of course, of course. It would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the Void Sin. You totally look like one, even though you're covered in blood. Here is the first chapter, mine own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence, and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. You did destroy that urn, by the way, didn't you? Good, good. Okay. Oops. That was also a lesson in Drybone of how it is full of dead people and prostitutes. Yeah, if only the prostitutes were the fun type of prostitutes. Lots of the dry bone type will probably be the time to give you, the kind of give you nasty diseases and, might stab you, after sleeping you, with you. So, yeah. Well, gotta, like, let's regulate the sex industry, you know, just have it be a nice profession. Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Mormo? She's like, no, but I found these chapters on the Book of Mormon. Seductress. I wouldn't say she's much of a seductress as a serial killer. The histories unearthed in the ruins of Silda depicted the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful void scent, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Mormo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormon's enslaved spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous void scent, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host should be a swift and decisive demise. You know, I like magic pots. It's really great. But, I mean, don't you think it... What if somebody just found the pot later on and thought that maybe, I don't know, there was like jam inside of it instead, and they opened it up? Like, there's a little bit of an oversight here. Like, why can't you just, like, I don't know, make the lid, like, sealed? Why would you even have a lid? Maybe you should just seal it up with some really, really industrial grade putty or something like that. This explains Mormo's fixation on Thaumaturge's side. I think you made that word up. Thaumaturge murder, probably. Thaumaturge homicide, but you had to go with Thaumaturge's side. Kokobusi's body provided little arcane substance for the weakened void scent, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of ether to restore her hideous power. Free jam pot. It's sealed well. How do you get to the jam? I know, I'm just sitting here like, you didn't think that, you know, maybe having a lid at all was probably an oversight on this whole project. Anyways. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray hand this work over to Kokobyogo. I shall be along momentarily. Okay. Kokobyogo. Oh. This is a work devoted to studying that nasty void scent. I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. Just read it. Just read this. Kokobuki, these passages hold naught but misery and despair. I almost cried over it right now. It seems we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokobusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all. Oh, what the hell? Death for us all? Who is this mad mage that poses as our eldest brother? What of avoiding the threats? Of eliminating the risks? Is that not how we thaumaturges do battle? Zuyaya is like, oh my god. All of you guys. Oh, with each passing moment, Mormo draws ever closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Kokobuki, while the void scent is yet feeble. I share this self-same sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon. Listen, you stupid assholes. For my solution is thus. In returning for releasing Kokobusi from Mormo's thrall, I will offer the void scent the chance to glut herself upon my mana. You cannot! That succubus will drain you into a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken all of her terrible magics. The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry, and the newly enlivened void scent, she will then face the combined wrath of Zuyaya and 4 guild masters of Thaumaturge. Oh, well, how can we hope to prevail against the paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we held no advantage. The fault lies with me. Ever have I encouraged everybody here to be fucking cowards. And encourage such avoidance. And taught only the wisdom of certain victory. However, that's not very realistic now, is it? It is time we learn the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, Zuyaya, that I ask to instruct us. because you're the only one here who has gone into battle not really knowing you're going to win. There is yet one chapter left in the yawning abyss, one that is customarily hidden from our newer members. Undertake the trial found within, and show my brothers what it means to be brave. You guys like that? I don't have to do much. No. How can you ask such a thing of poor Zuyaya when even her guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test? How are you guys guildmasters without passing every single test that's out of these books? Are you fucking kidding me? The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Zuyaya, once you have deemed yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in the hallowed hall of Thal's respite. Zuyaya's like, oh my god. I think in the end, I think Zuyaya has to teach them how to be a Thaumaturge. I wonder if it'd be quicker if I just went to the... Might be quicker if I just go to Camp Tranquil. Yeah. This is the Thaumaturge's Guild. I don't know why they haven't, like, gone out of practice for a beat. I don't... Excuse me. I don't think Uldad's caught on to how inept this guild is. Because I think too many of their pupils die, so they can't report to anybody how much these guildmasters kind of fucking suck. It's like, oh, you're supposed to be teaching these people, and what do? You cower and hide, and you only go up against foes you know you're going to win against. I mean, it means they're undefeated, so... I see my cat. Are you thinking about jumping on the couch? Do you have anything to say? No? It's time to pet the kitty. Alright. Kitty is looking at me like, oh, but why still play video games when you can still pet me on the head? I know. Keep looking at me with those sweet little kitty eyes. But I have to beat up Voidsent. I will talk to all of them. Coco Baja. Oh, do you even truly intend to undertake this torturous test? Are you not terrified? So guy's like, does this look like somebody who's terrified? This is the look she's been giving them the majority of the quest. It's just this dead-ass stare. Oh, there's still time yet to flee, you know. That's what I would do. Oh, jeez. These guys. Zuyaya, why are you talking to me? You should... Oh, the trial is yet to begin. Of course, I knew that. I always thought that the trial of the hidden chapter was to avoid taking the trial of the hidden chapter. How do you guys have any of your licenses? At all? I regret having to drag you into our family's troubles, but I really left you with no choice, Zuyaya. But I am confident that, with the many and terrible trials that you have bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skill of a single Thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence. There is no escape from this abyss. The void spills into our realm on wings of inky shadow. Oh, false teeth, I can barely watch. They're just little bats, my guys. Zuyaya, try to keep your blood inside your body. Yeah, I was like, thanks guys, I'll try really hard. Should have gotten Thunder 2 on you. Oh well. I just got the basics. Catch your breath while you still can. Let's see, the next threat is at hand. The rift into the void ever widens. The dross of the abyss takes shape. Destroy them swiftly, lest you perish in saturated silence. Oh no, they're slugs. Little void slugs. What am I? They do like no damage against me. So I was like, is this supposed to be a challenge? She's just like decimating the field and like, oh, man, she's really good at this. They're just bats. It's just bats. These are like lesser in Void Scent. These are like easy mode Void Scent. You just put salt down, it takes care of all the slugs. Once again, you defy the void. The final nightmare approaches. The jagged gate is wrenched open. The Lord of Flies cometh. Now it's just a giant fly. It'd have been really great though if they just like put down a book and they're like, it's the Lord of the Flies. Easy. So yeah, I was like, that was really not hard at all. I cannot stop shaking, but I think this may actually be excitement. I want to go on a drug-induced party. Do you see now, my brothers? Now we can go forth and party. With the primal energies of Thaumaturge at your command, there is no threat which you cannot overcome. Just do exactly as Zuyaya did. Put the salt down, have the slugs shrivel up, it'll be fine. Now, perhaps there is a chance to save Kokobusi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies. It seems we have been wasting our potential. I would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live. So many people died underneath our tutelage. Oh, what a wonder Zuyaya was. I feel my fingers itching to fling some fire with a fury. Imagine, my siblings, what towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm, together, and when we all take this LSD. Thank you, Zuyaya. Your inspiring display of magecraft has set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let us now return to the guild and discuss what is to come. Zuyaya's like, you guys should have been able to do this already. Well, here's another statue of Fall, Or maybe it's Nald. No, I think it's Thal. Nald and Thal are separate, but they're kind of worshipped as the same deity. They're the twin gods. So they're the gods of, I think, commerce and death. There's a lot of River Styx energy going on because, you know, Ul'dah is the city of gold and city of the dead. Most people, they get cremated when they die, but if you have lots and lots of money, you can buy embalming services and maybe even a coffin, and you can go and get buried in one of the catacombs that are underneath the city of Ul'dah. Yes, as we walk, there's probably a bunch of dead bodies underneath us. I believe the catacombs start... So, yeah, they're right over here. I'm just gonna make a tiny detour. But yeah, there's a couple of quests that will bring you here sometimes, but the catacombs, you can enter through here. Of course not right now, but yeah. And there's some coffins. And then it makes sense that right next to it is, you know, the, what I call the funeral service home and library. Yeah, there's that same statue. Only this time I think it's Nald. What a formidable team you all shall make. Coco Byogo, Coco Bonnie, Coco Bezi, Coco Boha. You're not one of the Cocos, you're just Zuyaya. Even Mormo must wither before the onslaught of your combined thaumaturgy. But before we engage in the void scent, perhaps some time is needed for my brothers to unlearn their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself into the chasm of your studies. Your fearless thaumaturgy is as a beacon to us all. It's almost like you're better than most of the teachers. Alright, it's time for the final quest. And then we'll be ending for the night. Facing your demons. Fortune has favored us, Zuyaya. Kokobusi has been spotted at Vesper Bay. We cannot let this opportunity pass us by. Head there with all due haste, and with you, take these descriptions of my brother's likeness and Mormo's mannerisms. Relay this information to some of the local residents and see what you can find. Alright, time to go do more investigating. Oh yes, that's right. Go to Horizon. So now we're going to turn the Thaumaturge's brothers into a frat guild. They're gonna party hard and live like there's no tomorrow. They're gonna get high on danger. They're gonna start driving motorcycles and jumping them over a pit of vipers or something. Oh boy, I smell cookies being baked downstairs. I know what I am getting after this stream. Yeah, they're gonna get right up in those void slugs' business. Let's see. Who can I talk to about a missing crying Lalafell? Oh, Gabbard. Something I can do for you, stranger. Take just a picture of a butt on here, huh? Now that you mention, I did see a Lalafell who matches this description. He was watching the fairies come in with more than a passing interest. It was kind of weird and strange. Looking to hire some adventurer or some such, I reckon. Okay. Really suspicious. Anybody here? Oh, Kokobuki, you're here. Yeah, I know that but anywhere. The Scions draw them all the time. It's like their calling card. I have enlisted the assistance of my brothers in questioning the locals, but I fear they are unsuited to such subtle endeavors. They can't go around and talk to people and say, have you seen this crying Lalafell? Our plan rests upon your efforts, Zuyaya, because we are completely inept. Alright. Wilfred, you don't want to talk to me. Is there anybody here who would like to know about this Lalafell? What about you, sir? You don't look like you want any business. Alright. Oh, somebody hiding over here. They're like, we're hiding back here on our smoke break for a reason. Or were you going to make out later on? You look kind of tired, actually. Maybe I just interrupted something. Bashful Geyser. Oh, that name. What's that, miss? Say you're looking for someone? See, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to know what's going on back here. Just take this. I believe I saw your Lalafell in the company of a couple of adventurers hailing from Limsa Lamensa, a marauder and a thaumaturge, if I were to hazard a guess. I think they were talking about seeing the area north of here. Alright, let's just head up north. We don't need any more information, let's just head up there. Are they on top of the roof? I'm having too many flashbacks of trying to find the dome and children and hide and seek. Maybe inside the building. Ah, here we go. Falkland. Well, welcome to the Pissed Place. I forgot that this was the name of my own bar. Yes, we named it the Pissed Place. What can I get you? Information, is it? That little bloke was in here bringing a blush to all the young maidens' cheeks. He looked like he was 5, though. What he lacked in height, he certainly made up for in boldness. Left with more than one lass in his arm, he did. I should probably call the authorities. Alright, Kokobuki. We've got all the information we need. Don't go back behind that alleyway. I think that's where people make out and maybe have blowjobs. I'm gonna ignore that blowjob comment. So, Mormo has chosen this as her new hunting ground. The maidens seduced by the succubus will be prepared as vessels to hold her fully restored power. I fear they will have already been slain. As for the adventurers, well, I think you can imagine what Mormo intends for the Thaumaturge. We must find and warn those unwitting Lamensons before the Voidson strikes again. You were told that they might be headed north, yes? It would be best for you to follow suit. And the guy's like, that's the other thing about Old Doll, is they always find a little hidey hole for those activities. It's Old Doll makeout point. Not as romantic as Ishgard makeout point. My sir, you're about to be attacked by this horrible lead goblin. Let me save you. Oh, still here. It's still here. Somewhere close. Like right over there. Okay. We're just gonna boop. Boop. It's gone. It's okay, guy. This goblin will... Okay, thank you for leaving us alone. Thank you. Is your Thaumaturge pal dead? Oh, methinks lass. Oh, my head. The little bastard said he would give us the grand tour of Ul'dah. So yeah, I was like, he took you the opposite direction of Ul'dah. This is him getting away from Ul'dah. Aye, it's been grand, alright. Please. He took me mate further north. Think he was muttering something about moon drip. Yeah. I'm a little bit addled. Zuyaya, what has befallen? So I was like, I have this perfectly under control, guys, it's fine. I sense the presence of void scent, but it appears you have things well in hand. Its dead body's already rotting over there. Mormo is in Moondrip, a fitting place for the battle to come. It is time to finish this, my brothers. Kokobusi will be a slave to that fiend no longer. That guy's like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna go back home. I don't care. Guys, what did we talk about? Are you ready? You seem ready. I stand ready. Well, I stand anyway. I think I might have overindulged in the ether before we left. Oh my god, is this the LSD? Why do you guys drink so much ether? Why? You drank a whole box full of it and you didn't pay for it at all. This is the big battle at last, huh? It really is quite thrilling. Really? These fucking guys. Ah! Ah! Is it normal to be this nervous? They really are. These guys maybe tried shrooms and they're already like this. Oh. Me? Perfectly fine. Solid as an adamantoise. Oh, Kokobuki. We're all going to die here. I shall approach Mormo as we discussed. If the bargaining proceeds smoothly and the void scent feasts on my proffered mana, then she should soon manifest in her demonic form. Once Mormo is fully present within this realm, that is when you unleash the seething power of the abyss. Though, after lecturing you for so long on how a Thaumaturge should avoid such threats, I yet hold doubts as to whether such a direct conflict is the correct path. Yeah, this entire quest path has been like, hey, don't get close to enemies, you should run away. Zuyaya, in your experience, what do you consider to be a Thaumaturge's greatest strength? Overwhelming destructive might. Exactly. Yes, there are none who can match our propensity. Not danger, power with harm. No. Probably you'll win. Enough, Mormo. Well, if it isn't the eldest of the cowardly Thaumaturge brothers, bed that I just here. We're here to save that cat girl. I have also come to offer you a deal. I know you how much you intend to waste feeding on these lessons. Compared to these stippling sorcerers and their trembling claims, my power is as a blazing sun. Would you not prefer to take what I can give you? Drain my strength and assume your rightful place, or your rightful appearance. I'm sure you think me a coward, but that is of no consequence. I only wish Kokobushi returned to us unharmed. You are wise to acquiesce, mage. That cat girl's like, I'm fucking out of here. She's still running. Sorry. Oh, at long last, my true body, my true power is mine once more. I believe a stretching of the old arcane muscles is in order. Oh, no, you don't, Vincent. We won't let you leave here alive. I feel like this is that meme of like the power of friendship group, and then Zuyaya's like the murder and violence member. So you risk your lives in a valiant rescue attempt. You should not bet what you are not prepared to lose. I shall tear the ether from your very marrow. Alright, it's just me for Olivo. Oh, Coco Biogo, you're gonna keep Mormo? Okay. That's right, guys, just keep casting fire. Why are you guys casting fire too? You guys are casting AoE spells, this is why you suck. Don't you come a little closer. Oh, run away, everybody. Oh, you guys are stupid, dumb fucking babies. What in the God's name was that? That was an AoE that you were supposed to not be in the middle of. Intimacy. She weaves our threat to spells. My spells were silent, but we must make our let us all calm down now. She seeks to perplex and confound us. I like that Coco Biogo is like, I'll keep her preoccupied, and she is aggroed to me. Resilient little nuisances, the stones will drink your blood. And now she's conjuring minions from the void. Okay. They're just skeletons, guys. It's fine. Okay, now cast fire too, because that's what you're supposed to do here. AoEs. Are you guys really... Oh. Run away! Run away from it. Oh, you dumb little babies. Gotta do everything around here. Oh, I know. You want me to just sleep, don't you? I don't think that does, because I think you guys are all hitting them anyways. Sleep doesn't work if you hit the enemies anyways, it just wakes them up. I don't think sleep in this case actually did work. Like it does in most situations. I'm just gonna hit it with thunder. No, kill it. No, for centuries I dreamed of escape. I will not be denied. Well, ding dong, bitch is dead. Ooh, we won? Yeah, I guess. We won! Victory is ours! Kokobushi, Kokobuki, Mormo is dead! Looks like they're dead too. Oops. Well, he got to live. Well, where am I? Thank Thaw, you're awake. Kokobuki? Kokobusi's returned to us. Our sibling has yet to stir from his somnolent stupor. Did you cast the sleep spell over here, Zuyaya? Buki? It's just the sleep spell, guys. It's okay. Just hit him. Whack him one time on the noggin. His etheric channels have been contracted. They are barely sufficient to sustain the flow of his life force. If we do not increase his capacity for ether soon, his vitality will be drained away completely. Luckily, I have this jar of piss. My mana amplifying potion. Its potency is limited, but it just might be enough. It's one Disney tier. Just one. I see that the battle has ended. As I expected. You did it, Kokobushi. Your alchemy saved him. As opposed to not, you know, not doing anything at all. And we would have not prevailed without you, Zuyaya. We will bear our brother back to the ossuary. Pray meet us there that we might properly express our gratitude. We can't pay you because we spent all our money on drugs and ether, but we could bake a cake. The guy's like, okay, well, that actually turned out well, except for those nondescript adventurers who will forever be on the missing persons list now. I wonder what happened to that cat girl. I'm glad she got away. I'm glad that the first thing she didn't talk, she didn't say anything, she just booked it and ran. That is like the smartest thing to ever do. Like, good for that cat girl. I don't know. They got tricked. I'm pretty sure Ul'dah definitely would have that thing where they try to sell weed to people and it just ends up being oregano in a bag. Alright, Kokobuki. See, I was like, I want more than just cake. Oh god, being surrounded by a Lalafell. Oh, that's not really intimidating when you're a Lalafell yourself, though. You're like, oh, okay, this is like a normal meeting. Thank you, Zuyaya. After seeking refuge in the comforting shadows of the abyss for so long, I have lost sight of the blazing glory of which Thaumaturge is capable. The raw power and audacity of your magecraft has freed my brothers and me from our self-imposed cowardice. I thought Thal himself had his fingers up my throat, but this sensation of hard-won supremacy is strangely satisfying. As for you, Kokobusi, you are our brother and our respected colleague. I hope you never again underestimate the precious power you wield. That's always good. Yeah? Also, like, by unleashing a voice in another world, you kind of murdered a good handful or multiple handful of people, but, you know, we're just gonna gloss over that fact. Zuyaya, you have exceeded all of my expectations. In recognition of your outstanding growth as a thaumaturge, I shall impart with you one of the guild's most closely guarded techniques. Hand-delivered brownie. It wasn't cookies downstairs, it was brownies. Wait, I have a brownie, Zuyaya. Oh. Yeah, these brownies are for you. We didn't bake you cake, we baked you brownies. This is Mana Ward. It is a defensive weaving of energies that blunts the force of any attack made against you. I am sure you understand why do we not teach this secret to every stray hedge wizard who chooses to join our ranks. I don't know, you talk a lot about running away and defending yourself, so now that you have experienced the deadliest threats and the joy that comes with their obliteration, I am certain you are eager to explore just how deep you might descend into the chasm of thaumaturgy. May your struggles bring wisdom, and your wisdom bring courage. I, for one, look forward to hearing of your future thaumaturgical endeavors. Jazz like, alright, I'm gonna go delve into the illegal book section and go learn black magic now. Mana Ward, probably one of the most best defensive abilities. Alright, that ends the Thaumaturge Guild questline in New Game Plus. I don't know how well to describe these guys. I mean, they definitely are cowards, but at least they learned a lesson. They learned a lesson at the expense of about a dozen adventurers and people who probably have wives and husbands and maybe children, you know. But who cares? They didn't have names. I do wonder what happened to Stalwart Swordsmans, though, so I hope he was okay. Yeah, thank you for joining me on Zuyaya's adventures in thaumaturgy. Like, She never wants to come back to this guild again. She just needs to get her license so she can go adventuring. She doesn't want to do this ever again. Oh. But, yep. Thank you very much for joining for the stream. I'm gonna end it here for tonight. Perhaps if we have some more solo adventuring time, we'll go on to the Black Mage's quest. In the meantime, I hope you all have a very good evening and a very good rest of the week. I'll let you guys do a lolly ho. Goodbye.